It's Thursday, and I'm still playing Hump Day today. Uh, I've got one big mess, but I'm trying to get everything moved around in here. I'm trying to get this cabinet put back together right. I've got the drawers out of it, and I got everything drug out all over the place. Um, but in the process, uh, this all occurred basically because it started with my dogs. Um, People live behind me. Um, have a swimming pool, and there's a 10-foot fence or 8-foot fence behind my property there. For the, evidently they want that much privacy, but they're not concerned about anybody else's. And so my dog kept getting out. So a friend of mine came over here and helped put dog run in by the house, and it's pretty much kept them in. But I ran into this guy that I hadn't seen in a while. He's kind of eluding me. Uh, and I asked him about his ex girlfriend's daughter because I haven't seen her in a while. She was a friend of mine, and he said, "Well, I ain't seen him. I ain't seen him or talked to him in a long, long time. It's been a long time." I said, "Okay." So well, if you do, I said, give him my number. And I said, also, I'm trying to get in touch with one of your neighbors about this fence. He said, "Oh, okay. Well, I'll talk to him." He said, "They should take care of that. They're doing all kinds of work." I said, "Okay." So never heard from him. Dogs kept getting out, but that's when I put the dog run in. Well, then lo and behold, all right, his ex girlfriend's daughter shows up at my house. "Hey, Pat, how you doing? I love you. I've missed you so much." Uh, and she said, "I finally just told Mama I was coming by your house. I haven't seen her in 3 years." So my dumbass, I let her come in. Uh, and that's not wrong because she's a sweet girl, but she's hooked up with some bad actors. Um, that's the way I see it. I may be wrong. Um, so she's hanging out, and I'm hearing somebody talking. Like, do you hear that? And every time she would stop talking, they would too. And she'd start talking again, and they'd start talking. Come to find out, it's the guy that lives behind me. He's standing outside my house at night with his cell phone talking to her mother. And I said, "Oh my God." So I told her, I said, "Look," I said, you can't be coming around here anymore." I said, "Your mother scares the hell out of me. And so you're not going to be able to come over here anymore." I said, "Until you kind of distance yourself from your mother." I said, "Stay with your grandma or your aunt. It ain't right what's going on. And I'm getting involved in other people's business, and I'm bringing it to y'all, so forgive me for this. But it's all alluding. It's all going towards something." Uh, well, I got a new phone from Comcast, and it was an Android. And lo and behold, all of my cloud pictures started loading up on it. And so I had pictures that I hadn't seen in years. All right. Uh, there were pictures of other people sitting in wheelchairs that were dressed up to look like me off the security feeds at the house. Um, and there was also pictures of the house behind me. Numerous. I can't figure. I don't really remember all the pictures I took, and I don't remember why. Evidently, it's for a reason. Anyway, I had all these pictures of him, and the house behind me, and all that stuff. And I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "There's something going on here." All right. And I said, "The guys lied to me about Crystal's mom." And I shouldn't say Crystal. His ex girlfriend's daughters. You know, his ex girlfriend. Yeah, he lied to me about his ex girlfriend, knowing where she was or seeing her or anything. Evidently, they ain't slowed down a bit. So it's been one thing after another here at the house, one catastrophe after another. As soon as I get one catastrophe done, something else happens. And I said, "It's like somebody at my butt." I said, "How do they keep getting in and out of my house, and how do they know what the hell I'm doing?" They're looking at me from behind the house. Uh, and So yesterday, when I came in, Tink had kind of got into some stuff, and she hadn't been doing that. She'd been calm. And so I said, well, I'm going to get everything picked up. That's why I got everything drug out. And move the bed around. And there were some pills laying on the floor under the bed. I said, what's this? Picked them up. Phentermine. Appetite suppressant. Amphetamine. I've been trying to eat for over a year now. That every time I would try to eat, I would become full. And every now and then when I'd come in, Tink would be just ballistic, bouncing off the walls, and I couldn't figure it out. He's been coming over here drugging my dog and then drugging my food. Can't prove it, but I know it's him. Now I know the major player. I know him, and I figure what he was trying to do. He was trying to get me to pay for that fence. All right, for that lady that lives behind me. Because I heard him out there yesterday talking. Both of them sitting out there in the backyard talking for the longest time because I was working on my dog run. And I said, yeah, brother. So I got you now. I may not be able to get you. I said, but I got you. And I got a couple of the other players too. And I couldn't have done this except for today. I'm not paranoid. I'm not freaking out over it. You know, I'm not wound up and spinning. All right. I'm just dealing with things one at a time. Anyway, let me show you the mess I got. It's amazing. All right. There you go. They're part of it. That's going to be the new double TV stand. One's going to be a monitor. The other's going to be a TV. And it's on wheels. It rolls. All right. There's the cabinets. Kind of working on. See, I got the drawers all dug out. Now I'll have the two drawers mounted at the bottom and then the little one at the top. And then all this stuff's coming off the top. You know, put a frame around it. And probably pour one. I'm going to try to do one more layer of lacquer. Of acrylic. And I'll have it done. So we're going to redo that. We're going to get the TV things put in here. We're going to get all these boxes and everything picked up and gone through. We're going to get our groceries organized and everything else. I'm tired of living in this mess. I've had enough. Enough's enough. But every time I turn around and I'm trying to get stuff done, one catastrophe after another. And I just didn't know how they were doing it, or how they were getting in here, and how they were getting around. Well, lo and behold, my friend, she wash a load of clothes for me. I said, okay, cool. I said, that'd be good. That'd be nice. Thank you. So when she washed the clothes, all right, somehow the laundry detergent got knocked on the floor and it busted the container. And the laundry detergent didn't just run out of the container. It was scattered over the whole room. It was just covered in laundry detergent. And I said, what the heck? How does that happen? All right. And I didn't feel like cleaning it up. So I kept doing other stuff. All right. And because Crystal hadn't coming over, in a while. Girl X hadn't been coming over for a while. And I said, so I had seen her, to help me clean it up. And I said, well, I'll get to it later. And so I threw a bunch of clothes on it to soak up the laundry detergent if I could throw them in the laundry. And then kind of dawned on me. I said, they want me in the laundry room with the house open and unlocked because surely nobody's going to come in while I'm here. Well, they do it all the time. All right. So if the house is open, they can come in and go through my room, steal whatever they want to steal, and mess with whatever they want to mess with. All right. I found out they were trying to steal my medicines. All right. And so I figured it out because I was taking Ritalin. And when I first got my prescription refilled, it was no problem. It worked just perfectly. It wasn't too much. Everything was smooth, and I was able to get some stuff done. I was able to think. Then I went to a meeting or something, and when I came home, every time I took Ritalin after that, it made me sick. Made me sick at my stomach. All right. It made me not want to eat, which I'd been eating on it anyway. I couldn't sleep at all. I was a nervous wreck, and I was bleeding. I was bleeding from my anus when I go to the bathroom. All right, it was red blood. I mean, it wasn't like something dangerous, but it was red blood. I was bleeding. My arms were bleeding every time the dog would jump up on them. My arms would start bleeding, and they wouldn't stop. It wouldn't heal up. And so I was thinking, I knew something was changed on it, but I just didn't know and didn't know how. But I said, this has been changed. All right. So I changed my medicine around twice since then, but now you ain't going to find it. So anyway, girl X was leaving. So she had me outside in the front yard talking to her for the longest time before she left. All right. And when she left, I come back in my bedroom, and my bedroom door was unlocked and open. I said, oh, no, there's no way. I do not leave my bedroom with my bedroom door open. I don't even sit in my bedroom with my bedroom unlocked. All right. I keep it locked. That way I don't never have to worry about it. It's always locked. That means girl X let Joe Blow in my house. Joe Blow went through the bedroom, all right, pumped the dog up with something because she was wound for sound. All right. That must have been when he dropped his Phentermine. All right. It went under the bed. All right. And I found it. All right. And believe me, I know there's no reason for that to be here. This whole bedroom has been rebuilt and reconstructed almost all the way from the studs back up. So Joe Blow fucked up because I didn't realize. I thought Crystal was in there talking to herself when I was coming down the hall because she was shaking her head and doing this and that. And I was like, well, she's just talking to herself because she does that. But evidently she let Joe Blow in my house. Now, something else come to find out. And now I know why the cops, all right, won't help me out because Joe Blow's been feeding bullshit about me. And also, I've been acting crazy as hell because I've been paranoid as hell about this shit going on. Joe Blow, you're done. All right, I know a couple of the other players, and I don't know, Joe Blow, what your status is, but, you know, I've got pictures of your ass, all right? I've got pictures of you from before, and I've got pictures of you now. You think you wiped my hard drive on my security system out. I had another one hooked up to it. You didn't do it. So, keep in mind, I don't know what to do about this. I probably shouldn't have shared it on YouTube live, but but once again, I'm just so grateful today that I'm not paranoid. All right, I'm concerned. All right, I don't want him in the house. I don't want this to continue happening. But I know there's nothing I can do about it if I can't get him stopped, if he's not arrested or whatever. And listen, people, if for some reason I die, but if for some reason something happens and I die, Capital One on Uri Drive has safety deposit box. In that safety deposit box is my last will. It's going to be my last will. Got to get it put in there. But right now it's at the church. All right. And get the will and put it in the safety deposit box. All right. With all my other information that you might need to get this stuff taken care of. And, you know, Joe might need some taken care of too. But I can't believe that this is happening to me. All right. I'm a disabled old man. I'm just trying to get by. I'm just trying to do nice things for people all the time. And every time I turn around, I'm being cut off at the knees. And it ain't right. And it seems like everybody I talked to about assistance, they've already been informed about me that I'm just trying to abuse the system or that I'm up to no good or whatever. Well, look at the guy. He's paranoid as hell. His arms are bleeding, so he's picking at his scores. He's on amphetamines. And he's taking amphetamines now, and he's probably on speed and crack and all that other shit. Well, no, I'm not. All right. I'm not even paranoid anymore. But now my arms are bleeding again. Let's see. I don't know if we can get there. Let's see if I can turn it. There we go. See the places on? It's just ridiculous. And that all happens. And not only that, but when I'm bleeding, Tink's bleeding. You know, she'll be dripping blood all over the floor. There's little blood spots all over my floor. You see them? They're all over the place. Blood all over the place. See it? All that's blood. And that's from Tink. All right. And she only does that after she's been wound for sound. All right. That means the stuff that's causing me to bleed, she's been causing her to bleed too. A couple times I've looked in their water bowl, and there'd be like a little dot in the bottom of it, and it dawned on me, like I said, when I found the pill. That's where a pill was thrown in the water bottle, in the water bowl, and dissolved in the middle of it. I couldn't figure out why Tink kept wanting to drink out of the toilet, because it didn't have a taste in it. All right, and oh man, I mean, this is people. This is what our world has come to today. All right, the good people, all right, are being manipulated by the bad actors. Therefore, they're actually being a party to taking advantage of other people, such as myself, that I don't need to be taken advantage of. I'm not trying to take advantage of you. I don't want to take advantage of anybody. I want to help people, but I can't do any of that if I'm constantly trying to get just one thing done, and another thing done, and another thing done, and another thing done, just to take care of one thing that I want to do. You know, in order to do my ADLs, I've got to take 5 or 10 steps before I can take care of my activities of daily living. All right, I've got to take 5 or 10 steps of preparation to fix something or put something back up that has been tore up. And when I try to tell somebody about it, it's the fact you're just being paranoid. Who does that? Why does it happen? Well, the guy and Madam X are just evil people. I mean, what it boils down to. They can't get in my phones anymore because I use 3 phones, and I'm constantly swapping cards and resetting up the phones, just constantly over and over and over. And then I'll swap the SIM cards out of one phone and into another, over and over and over, regularly, to keep it secure. My internet, I was using 200 terabytes of data. No, 20 terabytes of data. All right. Terabytes. Let's see. You know, it was 200. I was using 200 terabytes of data every month. I said, where's my data? I kept trying to call Comcast. I said, where's it going? Where's it going? Where's it going? They said, well, you're using it. I said, no, I can't be using 200 terabytes of data. There's no way. So I finally reset everything, replaced equipment 3 times, all right, because each time I did, it was getting better. Then all of a sudden, I got my data down to under 90. Let's see, I think it's 90 gigabytes a month. You know, and from 200 terabytes to 90 gigabytes. Got the same stuff hooked up, running the same equipment. All right, I put a monitoring app on my software here at the house, and it keeps track of anything that's logged onto my system. It's terrible that I had to do that. I had Wi-Fi cameras and Wi-Fi locks, and people were walking up to my door, and the door would unlock itself before they even touched it. All right, and it would lock. It would unlock and lock over and over and over. Yeah, I didn't understand it. All right. Then one day, I saw this guy, that I kind of suspected this stuff. I was out there in the front yard talking to him, and I pulled up the security feed on my camera. This guy wasn't even on the feed. I was. He wasn't there. I don't know how that happened. That blew my mind. It still blows my mind. Down a rabbit hole. I'm not really down a rabbit hole. Not today. I'm not, like I said, I'm not freaking out. I just wanted to tell somebody about this while I'm calm and cool and alive. But I did need to get it out about this dude. As much as I hate it, I believe my friend's probably right in the middle of it. I don't want to see that. I don't want that. But it is. Truth is the truth. And, it goes back to what I always say. Things that happen with impeccable timing didn't just happen. All right. Somebody shows up just when you need them. They don't have impeccable timing. They knew everything was going on before they got there. But us people like me, all right, I was brought up by an honest mom and dad, all right, that cared about me and cared about other people and did things for other people. And in the world that back then, you could do things on a handshake and people you could trust. And that's the way I was brought up. And I wasn't brought up to take advantage of every single person that I come around. I was brought up to not take advantage of any of them. Unfortunately, I got out there, started drinking and doing drugs, and I wasn't taking advantage of people, but I spun out and ruined a whole bunch of people, with projects and what have you that I just couldn't do it anymore. I was just trying to survive on getting all the drugs I could get to survive, and that was all that mattered. It wasn't that I was out there trying to take advantage of somebody. I wasn't. But the point I'm making there is the other people that I'm running into nowadays are the people that were brought up to streetwise. I'm just not street smart. I'm stupid. I'm literally I am an idiot when it comes to street. I have no earthly idea. I don't know how it works. Don't really want to know how it works. But as a result of these people, all right, like if one person comes up to you and says, everybody says, and everybody knows that Pat's on methamphetamines and crack. All right. Now, you're thinking, everybody says this. It's got to be true. All right. Now, you're one of my potential friends or associates. All right. But everybody says I'm on methamphetamines and crack. So now you're not one of my associates. You don't want no part of me. All right. And you never even got to know me. You never got past what you thought was bullshit was me smiling and saying, have a good day, do something nice for somebody. That's real. That's me. All right. Everybody knows Pat's mean and angry and yells at people and cusses and does all this stuff all the time. That was me. Yeah, I used to cuss. I used to take hammers outside and beat on stuff with the hammers. I used to drive down the road at 100 miles an hour watching YouTube videos on my telephone, cutting traffic off, and just crazy stuff. Going through fields to get around red lights because they didn't want to stop. Now I drive the speed limiter blower. I hardly ever raise my voice, but now I will. If I'm pushed to a certain, first thing I do is try to get the situation calmed down. All right. If I have to raise my voice, it's not because I have to do it. It's because it just works its way out after I'm pushed for so long in the same direction. Buttons can only be pushed for so long before the horn blows. And I've been set up with that numerous times. I never could figure out, why is this guy just coming at me over and over and over when I asked him several times, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't. Well, Pat, we can work it out. I've got a plan. I can figure this out. I was like, no, you don't. The plan is to leave me alone. I don't want to deal with it. I'm not doing that. Forget it. Well, Pat, no. And he followed me around. Look, you need to just back off and leave me alone. And it just went on for a long time. Come to find out, he wasn't recording all the stuff that he was doing. But boy, when I started yelling and I went off, he recorded every last bit of that. Now, that everybody knows that's how Pat is. Everybody knows that. See? I just had my phone out one day. He does this all the time. Nope, I don't. If you hear me in the house, when I'm dealing with Tinkerbell, you probably hear me scream at Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell, quit! Get off my oxygen line! And then I turn around and give her a great big hug. She knows that. Tinkerbell's hard-headed. I'm not yelling at her and cussing at her. I'm raising my voice. I'm being stern. All right? I don't have to be that with people. They're not my dog. So, and I had Tinkerbell trained where she was not jumping up on people. All right? But I guess when you give the dogs phentermine, they don't care about anything, rules or anything you set up before. They're living somewhere else. I mean, she would get up in the middle of the night, jump out the bed, get down on the floor, turn around in circles, jump back up on the bed, lay down, get back up, jump down on the floor, turn in circles, go outside, come back in. I mean, this went on all night long some nights. And I said, what is wrong with my dog? I never had a big flea problem at my house. I never had bed bugs. I never had scabies. My dogs get dirt in my bed, but it doesn't look like a beach. All right. I came home one day and the girl that was supposed to help me, all right, changed my sheets on my bed. Well, the light broke in the living room. I was in the living room at the time. The light broke, so I couldn't turn it on, and I couldn't see how dirty the bed was. Well, I got around and put a halogen thing up there so I'd have lights. And when I turned it on, the bed was literally full of dirt. I'm talking about a beach in my bed. The sheets she took off were nowhere near that. And everybody kept saying, well, it's your dog's doing that. Your dog's doing that. No, they didn't. Tinkerbell and Queenie go outside and play in the grass and in the dirt all day long. Now, there's a very little dirt in the bed. I mean, there's a few grains in there, and probably most of that comes off of me. And so I know they didn't do that to that bed. That bed was dirtied and then put in there. When I came home from the hospital one time, Tinkerbell had got back in the house. All right, literally tore my house up, shit and pissed from one end to the other. All right, I just got back from the house from being in the hospital because I tried to commit suicide because everything was just so overwhelming. The things going on were just too much. I just couldn't take it anymore. So I tried to commit suicide. God didn't want me to go. Thank you. God wanted me here for a reason. All right. It's because I'm here to prove in the power of God against these demons that are in my life. I've got the power of God and Jesus Christ in there that's helping me. All right. And some of the good people, all right, that are pawns for the bad actors, I pray for them wholeheartedly to check and balance your information. But I find too that just because somebody says they're good people and just because they go to church, it doesn't make them Christians. It doesn't make them godly. All right. Maybe they want to be. Maybe they don't want to be. Maybe they just want to, I don't know. Not my business. But it is my business not to hang around with people that don't have my best interest. All right. That means if they're just pawns, that doesn't matter. If they're pawns for the other side, I can't let them on my team. If that means I don't have anybody on my team, then I don't have anybody on the team. I don't have anybody on the team now, and I'm doing all right. Still repairing from the stuff, but that's why I decided just to rip everything down to the basics here and get everything picked up and put up. And if it's not picked up and put up, it's getting out of this room. My room will be picked up and put up, and then I'm going in the shop and I'm going to pick up and put up, and then I'm going to go to the living room and I'm going to pick up and put up, and I'm going to work my way around this house till it's all done. Then I'm not going to have to worry about Tink tearing something up when I'm gone. She might dock a trash can over, but that's it. This is kind of like I'm doing this like a FBI recording with the you can just see the shadow. Every now and then you see my face. But all right. Well, be nice. Be nice to yourself. Be nice to somebody else. Do something for somebody, and that's nice. Don't do mean things. You really, it doesn't make you happy. You're just surviving on meanness. And when you're surviving on meanness, you'll never know our true happiness. I survive on love and joy. And even when I'm at my hardest points nowadays, even like right now, it's rough on me. I found out what's going on with my dog. I found out what's going on with me for sure now. Before I always suspected I was being doped, or something was put in my food, but I never thought about the dog. I always thought they just wound her up. So if they messed with some stuff here at the house, what better way to cover that up than have the dog tear it up? If they want to go through my food cabinet, what better way to take part of the food out? All right. But to get the dog wild up and open the door and let her tear something out. Now I can't tell what's going on. One day I wanted to make some tea, and I looked all over. I didn't have any sugar anywhere, and I was like, I had a bag of sugar. It was sitting right there on that shelf. And I called somebody, and I said, if you got out about it today, would you pick me up a bag of sugar? I said, yeah, sure. And I left and went to a meeting. All right. Got back home from the meeting. And lo and behold, sitting on that shelf was my bag of sugar. And I was like, what the heck? I said, man, I guess I just didn't see it. And I really, what I believed. Called the guy up. And I said, I don't need a bag of sugar now. And I made some tea. No, I made some coffee. So I make me a cup of cold coffee. Made the coffee and drank it immediately. Got sick at my stomach. I was full. I didn't want to eat. I was dizzy and hyper all at the same time and shaking. And I didn't understand it. I said, I guess I'm not going to be able to drink coffee anymore. So I stopped drinking coffee. And then I made some tea the next day, and it did me the same way. But I wasn't drinking. It's like it affected a little bit different in the coffee, in the tea. I guess because I don't drink my tea as sweet as I do my coffee. And then, like I said, when this happened, it dawned on me that bag of sugar wasn't in there. It's just like right now. When I came back in, and it was like I kept looking. There's food missing. I said, I don't know what, because everything looks like it's been moved around. I said, I don't know. And so I'm glad I found the doctor, because otherwise he'd have brought me some food back probably. You don't have to get in a hurry with treating. I was like, how do they open boxes, while I'm gone, and put stuff in it, and then close the box back up? All right. I didn't understand it about my mail. Every day I would get my mail, and the envelopes would be resealed, every last one of them. They weren't doing anybody else's mail. I had other people's mail coming to the house. None of theirs were being resealed, just mine. Every last envelope. Some of them even had footprints on them where they stepped on it trying to get it to stick again. But if you sweat a flap off an envelope, in order to cover your tracks, you have to pull that flap down a little bit further the second time. Well, it does a double crease. That envelope has been resealed. I called the postmaster general. I got set up, and they started notifying me of what mail was coming to my house. And lo and behold, that stopped. I was like, okay, that stopped. But sometimes, a lot of times, I get notifications that I have packages that they need to deliver. And they said, we've talked to you about this several times. And I was thinking, they're delivering packages to my name somewhere and picking them up. That's what I think. Or they're having them delivered here and they're picking them up, you know. And how they getting around security systems, I don't know. Like I said, what he's done though when he comes in now for this closed loop system is he's been able to he figured out how to reboot it, power reboot it, and so when he does that, he can wipe the hard drive and then just leave it off. The other day when I came in, the security system was off, and I didn't understand it, so I just turned it all back on. But I didn't go back and look at it. I should, I haven't been paranoid, so I haven't been going back and looking at the feeds on this security camera at all. Today I went back and looked at it. It didn't. It went back to the day when this all happened, and that was the last day that's on the security system is in back the first part of December. All right, that hard drive should hold about 40 days or more of recordings, and they're gone. But I did have a backup copy of most of that stuff already backed up. So, lo and behold, I'm going to look at it now. I was so happy when I started making some friends again, and I thought I was. I was so happy about that because I did a whole series on help me find my friend. And lo and behold, on the end of it, my conclusion was that I'd found 5. 3 nurses, 2 nurses at the VA, a healthcare tech at the VA, the girl I told you about, and the lady that helps me clean the house sometimes. So happy. I said, I found 5 friends. I'm very lucky. Didn't happen that way. I think the nurses, they're my friends. I went to school with them. I'm pretty sure they're my friends. The rest, I don't know. My dogs are safe now. I've got a dog run. I went out there yesterday and made sure it was closed in good, and also made sure that if something happened to it, I could fix it myself without calling somebody else. And not being able to breathe and not being able to stand up makes things difficult, but I can still do it. All right, that's why I built everything the way I've built it, so I can take care of it myself. Because over the last 3 or 4 years, I have not been allowed to meet and associate with good people. I don't understand how. I do now, but I couldn't understand it. I just didn't. I couldn't fathom how every single person that I thought was good was thinking bad of me. And you can tell when somebody goes, "Yeah, you're full of shit," but they're not saying it. You can tell when you're talking to somebody and you're being completely honest with them and open, and they're going, "Yeah, well, I don't understand. I can't explain it to you, Pat. That's just the way it is." And when they're just kind of like blowing off just obvious things, because they think I'm on crack and crystal and whatever else, whatever street drugs that I can get on. That's why I was wound up. That's why my arms were bleeding. That's why I didn't get scabies because somebody put them in my house. Pat, you know how you get scabies, Pat? Close personal contact, usually sexual in nature. I haven't been doing that. But they're thinking, he's trying. Pat, why would you even lie about that? So what? You had sex with somebody who had scabies. No, it's not so what. I didn't. They were in my bed. But now everybody thinks not only I just can't be honest. I'm not an honest person because I couldn't, why can't you just be honest about it, Pat? I was. All right. But see, you programmed already to think I'm not. You're programmed already to think that I'm running around yelling at people. You're running around, you're programmed to think that I'm a bad person. Because you've been told everybody says that. Everybody says that. Finding that at church. Some of the bad actors have appeared at church. Some of them changed their names. Some of them just dress differently. A couple times they've gone by me and I called them by their name, and they just walked on by like they didn't recognize me or like that wasn't their name. So, is it your name that you use the other place, or is it your name that you use here? I don't know. So, but I do know that's the people converting the pawns, to the bad actors. They've got me under their thumb. All right, it's hard to come back from being a bad person to being a good person. All right, at its very best, it's very difficult. It's very easy. When it's at its easiest, it's very difficult. All right, on its best day, it's almost impossible, but it can be done if you have some support. But if all the support that you have is taking the pillars out every time you get one put up, you're never going to get that bridge built. I'm here to build some bridges. I'm here to do some healing for me and for other people. All right. I'm in recovery. All right. I am a recovering addict, alcoholic, womanizing, cheater, liar, thief, the whole 9 yards. You can talk. I do have another friend. This is actually a friend too. Talking to him about some stuff the other day, and he said, and I told him, I said, it's about these tickets, these photo tickets, and they were telling me that it doesn't go on your driver's license, it doesn't go against your insurance, they can't forcibly collect it, but they will turn you over to a collections agency. And I was talking to him. I said, well, my credit's pretty bad anyway. I said, I guess I just need to blow it off. And as soon as I said that, I said, no, I can't do that. I said, that's not the way I'm living today. I said, that's just a little bit. I can pay that. I may not be able to pay my other bills right now, but I can pay that. Just a little bit. That's just one more thing I don't have to pay later. That's how I'm living today. I'm taking care of all of those 5 steps I've got to take before I do my ADLs. All right, maybe not all at once, maybe a little bit at a time, but I'm getting those 5 steps taken care of. Right now I can do my ADLs on a regular basis. I can get up and brush my teeth and eat my breakfast and put on my pants and my shirt and get out of here like everybody else does without having to do 20 other things first. All right, without picking up all the stuff that the dog has got into that she doesn't normally do. About fixing the washing machine that's now broken for some weird reason, or having to repair my coffee pot. All right, it just all of a sudden started dumping the water on the floor. Come to find out that the tube was off inside it. But when I picked it up, and moved it around, you could hear the screws shaking on the inside. So They didn't get loose on their own. My air fryer was shorted out. I fixed it, checked everything on it. It was working perfectly. After one of these deals where I came home, the air fryer that day wouldn't even work. It didn't even attempt to work. All right, it worked perfectly fine the last time I used it, but when I turned it on, it didn't even attempt to work. Had a brand new battery in my truck, and all of a sudden, lo and behold, it just ran down. But every time I go out to my truck would be on a different radio station. I was like, what the heck? Somebody must have been sitting in my truck listening to the radio. Sometime or another, just ran the battery down. I guess just to run the battery down. Because when I needed to go somewhere, I couldn't because my battery was dead. So I got it jumped off and went down, had my battery checked, had the alternator checked. Everything's fine. There's no reason for that battery just to be dead 3 times in a row. All right. And then hold the charge after that. All right. Charged it up good. I left the charger on it, and it has never run down again. I don't have to put the charger on it at all. It stays charged up. I don't understand it. That's just not how things work. Impeccable timing is right because it's wrong. When things just continue to happen over and over and over, I'm not the guy that's running around crying wolf. Right? There's a damn wolf beating my ass up. I'm telling you, I ain't crying wolf. I ain't even crying about it most time anymore now. I don't even tell people about this shit. I had to tell you about this because I found it. Like I said, I found the pill. I put 2 and 2 together, and it came up 4 finally. All right. Madam X, all right, you and Joe Blow need to evaporate. All right. And I hope you hear this because you know what? I have missed being able to go to meetings. I've missed being able to go to church. But I got to where I was too damn afraid to go, not because I was paranoid, but because I just didn't want to leave the house and come back and find my dogs all wound up if they didn't get out of the fence that they'd never done before. I didn't come home to find my dog with her lower jaw, half the teeth missing out of her jaw because somebody hit her with a hammer or a boot or whatever. All right. I didn't have to tell some other people about that, about my dog getting her teeth knocked out, for them to say, well, okay, what do you want me to do about it? Like I was asking them to do something about it. I just asked for compassion. But why would you want to give compassion to a crackhead and a crystal junkie? All right, because that's what you know about me. It's not me. You can set anybody up to look like anything you want. All right. And I'm tired of being that person. I'm going to keep marching. I'm going to trust God. I'm going to have faith. I'm going to keep marching. And I upset a bunch of people in the rooms and what have you, because I was thinking it was them. I thought it was, it was the rooms. And it may be some of the people in the rooms. It could be. More than likely it is, but it's not the rooms. All right. And they're not picking out everybody. It's just me. So there's a plan involved. Whoever's doing this, there's a plan involved. I just don't know what it is. And I quit going to the cops. I tried the cops, the state police, tried the FBI, tried getting attorneys. Now I can't even get an attorney now. I was literally almost killed in my house because of the situation that this company did to me. I literally almost died. I was hallucinating, and everybody was thinking, hey, you just need to get off the dope. It's like, I'm not on. What's wrong with you people? Why won't you come by and look at me? Don't just judge me from afar. Come by and look. I'm right here. All right? when you're judging something from afar, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Be there. All right? The people that said, you've always been 100 to me, Pat. I'll come by and help you anytime you need it. And every time I call, can't do it now. Can't do it now. Can't do it now. You know what? When people need help, they need help on pretty much on their terms. Not necessarily on their terms, but on their timing, because they need help for specific things, for specific purposes. You know, I'm setting my life up to not need any help anymore. And that's sad. You know, I'm building lifts to lift me up to change a light bulb. You know, putting special boards and stuff in the bathroom, so I make sure I get out of the tub when my health gets worse than it is now, and when my balance is off. You know, I built a kitchen in my bedroom, so I don't have to go that far to cook and make sure I eat. All right. I want to do these things for me, for other people as well. I want other people that are in the same situation as me to be able to take care of themselves and stop relying on the bad actors that are taking advantage of us. You know, all the companies, all the stuff that, you know, mom thought she had to do because she, you know, they came in to take care of it. She said, well, they take care of it. I said, yeah, but they're not taking care. They're not really. They're coming back over and over and over. They're not taking care of it. They're coming back. You know, I can't even get into my service providers now about stuff because, and I did open up a can of worms. It's the same thing. You know, I don't have them out for long, over a year, almost 2 years. Call them out one time, and now it's been 4 visits. You know, another place wasn't quite that bad. It's only been 2 on them, but I've literally been taking care of all of it myself. And it's something I said, you know, I can't do it this time. I'm gonna have to just call them out, and I did, and literally, it's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then the parts that they actually used to fix the thing were the parts that I'd saved that they took off earlier and put them back on. So I'm just a crazy one-legged old man in a wheelchair. What do I know? You know, but if it's broke, I fix it. If it's not broke, I just keep using it. If it's ugly, I don't care as long as it gets the job done. And if I can't fix it and it's broke that bad, it's time for me to throw it away and try to do something new. Time for me to do something different. Same way I'm living my life. It's scientific in nature. And if it works, do it again. If it works the second time, you might have something. If it works continually over and over and over, you've got something. You done put something together. But if it doesn't work, try something different. Keep trying. Keep marching. Keep being nice. Keep smiling. And trusting in God. I think I've run on long enough. And but this one here, I really hope the right people see this. I hope the right people see this. Because everything, like I said, everything's going into Capital One Safety Deposit Box. Wilty. Oh, yeah. I remember what I was going to say. Easter eggs. Been telling everybody about Easter eggs for the longest time. Here's the deal with the Easter eggs. I'm going to tell you one more time. All right. Easter eggs are Easter egg hunt. The person that has the winning Easter egg, all right, at the time of my passing, will get 25% of whatever's left. Right now, it wouldn't be too bad. All right. And I'm hoping it'll get better. But that's the deal with the Easter eggs. All right. And the way the other things are getting done, I'm giving my nephew's children 25%. And 2 of them are his, and 2 of them are somebody else's, but they grew up together. And I can't see giving 2 children something and the other 2 not getting something. So I'm gonna give all of them. That's 50%. 25% is going to the church, and the other 25%. I won't tell you where I was going to do with it, but it's not going there now. It's going to the SPCA or some kind of adoption service for animals. Take care of our critters. You know, my dogs are special to me. I don't know what I'd do without them. They're companions. They're my friends. They're my children. And I lost 2 of my dogs when I got to the hospital first of the year. They were just gone. Somebody just gave them away. I was in the hospital. I was unconscious for 30 days. You know, I woke up and I couldn't even stand up. I couldn't even pick up my cell phone or pick up a fork. And now here I am today, living by myself, repairing all kind of issues and problems on a daily basis. But I'm doing it. All right, I'm marching. All right, they wanted to put me on hospice. You know, so no, I'm not doing that. Some days I don't think I'm going to make it very much longer. Some days I think I'm going to make it a long time. I know now that whatever's been put in my body, if I stop that, I will live a whole lot longer. I almost feel like that when all my breathing problems occurred, when I look back at it, you know, that's when my temper was going up. That's when I started becoming out of control. And lo and behold, all of a sudden I couldn't breathe it, and it was in the hospital. The rest, my pulmonologist, she couldn't figure it out. Nobody could figure it out. All right, other than maybe some toxins that I got hold of in the service, you know, or whatever. We didn't know. Nobody still don't know. But now I do know. Whatever they've been putting in my food and my stuff. All right. To keep me turned around, to keep me spun out, to keep me out of control, to keep me where I'm not thinking, to keep me sick, to keep me where I'm not eating so I can't put on enough weight to be healthy. For some reason, you want me miserable. For some reason, you want me to be like the addict still, without the actual addiction. You know, you want me to feel the pain that I've felt and I put myself through for all these years. You know, struggling to get one more hit. To get one more hit that was a good hit. You know, I didn't want just one more hit. I wanted a good hit. You know, when it worked. Never could get one that worked. You know, found something that works. Jesus Christ. You know, I pray a lot. I love prayer. All right. And if somebody loves prayer and you're around them and they want to pray, close your eyes and bow your head and pray with them. Don't sit there and look at them and smile and laugh and giggle. You know, don't be a big bully. Don't tell somebody boo-hoo that needs some help. You know, don't call somebody that's mentally challenged stupid. All right. Be nice. And I'm back around again. Gotta go! Crazy one-legged old man in a wheelchair. Live at Funny Farm. Tink's laying down here somewhere. She's been up moving, turning circles all night long. The day before, all night, turning circles all day long, turning circles right up my butt. Every time I went anywhere, Tink was right on my tail or in my lap. And now I'm able to run around. She's resting, thank God. And I'm able to get some stuff done. And I forgot what I was doing. Crazy one-legged man in a wheelchair. Pat Robbins Live, Funny Farm. Be nice stuff. Be nice to somebody else. Have faith in faith. If it's fixed, don't break it. If it's broken, try to fix it. If you can't fix it, throw it away. See ya!